any effort. Might have went to the Bicky tin as well. January is a peak time for this residential burglaries. Superintendent Hanson urged residents should install good quality door and window locks, keep them locked, make homes look as though they are occupied at all times, ask neighbours to bring in the bins, pick up the mail, clear junk mail, look out for suspicious cars or people. And I'm sure there are a number of other things. Always leave your dirty boots at the back doorstep.
Yes.
And even at the front doorstep.
Some washing on the line.
Leave washing on the line. Yeah. Not your best shirt, but...
just in case that gets knocked off.
Absolutely. And again, people can help themselves by visiting helpyourself.vic.gov.au. And that will give them more guidelines to follow. Everything happens in January. It seems to be the peak time. January is Road Safety Month. The annual economic cost of road crashes in Australia is enormous. Think about this. Estimated at $27 billion per annum.
That's massive,
isn't it? I couldn't count that far. And the social impacts are devastating. I think I heard for every death on the road, it affects something like 40 other people. Now, whether that's your family or perhaps your workplace,
yes,
or perhaps school or whatever, on average. Oof. Since records keeping detail of this, 1925 they commenced, there have been over 180,000 deaths on Australian roads. However, road trauma levels have declined substantially over the last 4 decades, despite considerable population growth and a 3-fold increase in registered motor vehicles. And I guess we should add there the fact that motor vehicles are a lot safer today.
Yes, indeed.
During this period, the number of road deaths per year has fallen from 3,798 in 1970 down to 1,192 in 2013, and 2014 is a similar figure. In terms of roads and all that, the Australian government is responsible for regulating safety standards of new vehicles and allocating infrastructure resources, etc. State and territory governments are responsible for funding, planning, designing, managing vehicle registration, driving licence systems, etc. Local governments are responsible for funding, planning, designing and operating the roadworks in our local areas. Sounds like a lot of people are in there doing the management.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Now, this is the part that I wanted to mention. The Department of Infrastructure and Regional Development has a range of functions that support the Australian Government's role in road safety. These include administrating vehicle safety standards for new vehicles, administering National Black Spot Program and other road funding, administering Keys to Drive and seat belts for regional school buses program, producing national road safety statistics and coordinating the National Road Safety Strategy. What I wanted to really give attention was a program, Keys to Drive. In 2013, 120 drivers aged between 17 and 25 were killed in road crashes. People in this age group account for 21% of drivers killed on Australian roads, yet represent only 16% of the adult population.
That's way disproportionate,
isn't it? And many of those young people would tell us olders, how not so good drivers we are. Anyway, Keys to Drive is a learner driving program run by Australian Automobile Association and funded by the government. It aims to encourage learner drivers to get more and better quality on the road experience and to assist their supervising drivers. How many parents are in that war situation?
Yes, yeah.
to assist their supervising drivers, mainly parents, to become better informed and more confident. The program provides one free driving lesson with an accredited instructor to learner drivers accompanied by their supervising driver. It also supports learners and supervisors with educational material and practical guidance.
Sounds like a very good program.
Doesn't it?
Interesting thing, I was talking to somebody recently, or did I overhear something recently? I think I overheard it on another radio station. I do listen to others on occasion, just to see that they're doing the right thing.
Up to your standard.
Up to our standard. And this particular guest on the program was saying that he supports the idea now of having all learner drivers learn on manual motor vehicles. Now that's not practical and it's not possible, unfortunately, because most motor vehicles these days are in fact automatic transmission. But his theory is that if you have a manual transmission in your car, you need to concentrate more on what you are doing behind the wheel, because cars manufactured today have got so many gadgets around them, so many safety benefits around them, that it's like sitting in your lounge chair in front of the television, and you have a tendency to lose concentration, whereas with a manual shift, you're concentrating on steering, changing gears, using your feet. You're alert to everything that's going on around you, and I don't mind that idea, but as I said, it would be impractical now because so many cars are simply automatic.
Mind you, many automatic cars now offer manual driving. My two vehicles, you can bring them down, swap them across, and you can select first, second and third gear and hold it there.
Right.
So if you're in the hills
Yes.
or pulling a trailer or caravan, things of that nature, you can drive a long way, use the engine for braking. And not rely on cruise control.
On the brakes.
And you have to learn how to use that.
Yes.
And as well, you save petrol and brakes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
No,
So-
I certainly use it. But that Keys to Drive for parents and young people, you can get more information from www.keystodrive.com.au.
A good program to have a look at, I would suggest.
And
yes.
I think for parents who've got the task of doing that 120 hours with their children
right.
is paramount.
Yes, indeed.
And I think it's probably paramount for the children or the young teenagers to be aware of what their parents have been told.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of both of them saying, "Oh, but this is how you do it."
No, that's right. Have it reinforced by someone who knows.
And something I've noticed just in talking, the number of people my age who had taken their children going to car parks, shopping centre car parks, that didn't open early or open up on Sundays until perhaps 10. And you could go there and do all your driving and parking, and I think everybody's done that.
Yes.
But of course, it's not available today.
No, that's right.
Yes. Peter, before I leave today, top you up with what's on our plans for this year.
Please, yeah.
Safe Plate Days are planned for April at Bunnings Box Hill and October, Bunnings at Vermont South. And more detail and the exact date will be announced. We've got to fit around Easter and school holidays.
Oh, that's the next one, yes.
Yes. Plus our regular on-site exercises helping local police with hotspot issues like look, lock and leave at railway stations and shopping centre car parks, handbag safety, theft from cars in residential areas, burglars in residential areas, and any other hotspots that the police identify and want some literature delivered in those areas. And again, we'll be involved in the Whitehorse Spring Festival on the 18th of October. And if I can conclude, important contact points for Whitehorse. Email whitehorse@nhw.com.au. Our website www.nhw.com.au.
It's easier to learn phone numbers, isn't it?
Whitehorse. And I guess two numbers that I ought to remind you. Emergency, phone 000, and Crime Stoppers, 1800 333 000. And if you've missed any of this detail today, you can rehear it on the Whitehorse website, this segment, along with the segments that we've had in the previous months. They'll be up and running, and you can go to the website and click onto the 3WBC segment. And Peter, finally, only 48 weeks to Christmas.
Oh, great. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for reminding me of that. I really appreciate it. And I'll look forward to seeing you next month, when it'll be only then 44 weeks.
Unless it's 5 weeks.
I'll see you then. Thanks as always, Ray. Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you, Peter.
And it's now just coming up to 15 minutes to 10 o'clock. This is the Monday morning program. Thank God for the radio. Alan Jackson.
On the wrong end of the highway, when the long night has no